Greetings, my YouTube fam. What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Everybody well? All right, as always, want to make sure you're doing okay. If you are coming back to the channel, welcome back to the crib, big baby. As always, it is good to see you. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you as well. If you would take a half a second, hit that subscribe button below. Also the notification bell so you'll be notified when Uncle Kenny got something for you. All right. I appreciate you being here. In the subject line, how did Uncle Kenny get his first truck? Do you even need a factoring company? Let's jump in. Timestamp first. Forgot about that. June the 9th, 2021. At the time of this recording, about 8:20 a.m. Eastern time. So depending on when you are watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I wanted to try to get this one out a little bit earlier than I did yesterday. That was kind of a late video. It was a long day, man, yesterday. You know how you have those days sometimes when you're working, man, it just time just get away from you. So wanted to try to get this one out the way first. Guys, I appreciate you so very much for coming and checking out the little old channel every day. It is really growing. I appreciate the support more than you know. As I said, we started this channel on the 15th of May. And of course, again, it's the 9th. So we have not even hit that 30-day mark as of yet. It has been a fun journey thus far. I told you there's two reasons why I do it. One, I want to help you. And I hope you believe that. The second reason, I enjoy talking to you guys every day. You have literally become my YouTube fam, and hope you feel the same about me. I'm enjoying it, and hopefully the information that I'm able to share has been able to help you and save you money. You guys have certainly helped me. I don't often talk about it, but I get a lot of email that's giving me some information that I didn't even know. And as I said before, guys, I don't know everything. I've got some truck experience, tractor trailer, but certainly no previous experience in this box truck lane. So I'm learning just like you. So I appreciate those emails that I get that's giving me information. And a lot of times I come back and share it with you guys as well. So it's all about learning for all of us so we can be better prepared when we step out there and start this journey, if we haven't already. And if we have, we can always be better, right? Let's jump in. How did I get my truck? Let's talk about that first, guys. When I would start shopping for my truck, I looked at a lot of different places, but only applied with two companies. So let me say that again. I looked at so many different places because I was just really looking for trucks. You know, the right truck, the right price, that sort of thing. But I keyed in on two trucks, two different companies. So the first company, and I may have shared pieces of this, but I want to go a little bit more in depth. The first company that approved me for my truck was actually Toyota. If you know, Toyota makes the Hino trucks. But it wasn't a Hino that I was getting, but Hino was the one that was going to be the company that financed it. They were the first one who approved me. And I remember the salesperson who sent me the information. He sent me the approval. And he says, congratulations, Toyota has approved you. Toyota, by the way, is a great company. And they wanted $15,000 down. I don't remember what the interest rates was, but it was 60-month term. And the payments was $900 a month. I didn't have a problem with the payment. I knew where I wanted to be to keep my expenses low because I knew I was going to be in a hotel every night, and I did my numbers in my research process. So I knew I could be profitable with that number of $900 a month. For me, guys, this is me. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just, I'm sharing my journey, what I did. Not saying it was right or wrong. This is just what I did. Let me say that first. So I knew those numbers would work best for me and my business. But I wasn't too fond, obviously, of the $15,000 down. I talked to so many people, and they told me, Kenny, that's normal. Well, I knew that was semi-normal with tractor trailers, depending on the cost of the truck, etc. But anyway, I felt I could beat that. So I asked, I said, is there any way I can beat this? And they said, hold on, we'll get back with you. And they came back and they said, if you can give us some bank statements on your business. So what I did is I didn't send them any bank statements from my trucking company, Load Up Transportation, because I didn't have any bank statements. Now, there were bank statements, but there was no money coming into the bank. There was a lot of money going out. I would put money in to spend money to get things that I needed for the company. As I said, I started the company long before I bought the truck. So there was not enough activity for them to lower that down payment, if you will. They looked at this as a new company. I've got other companies, and I've got a CDL. I've had it since 2007, but I've never been an owner operator. So they felt there was some risk. Didn't have anything to do with the credit, but when I sent them the bank statements, they saw a couple things. Number one, it was not from Load Up Transportation. It was from my consulting firm, my media consulting firm. We've been around for quite some time, and there was also bank statements. So they came back and said, look, would you consider co-signing for Load Up Transportation with your other company? And I said, yeah, I'd consider that. They said, this can get your down payment down dramatically. Is that a word? Excuse me, I'm messing up words this morning. But anyway, this could help. And so, yeah, I would be open to doing that. And so they sent it back over to Toyota. Toyota actually came back and says, no, we don't need a co-signer. And I said, well, why all of a sudden now you don't, what changed? He said, well, you've got money in the bank. You've actually got enough money to pay cash for this truck. As a matter of fact, the salesperson asked me, he says, why are you not paying cash? I would think that's a good thing, especially in trucking. You would have a less expense. And that, guys, we're going to talk about that because this is going to be a decision that you're going to be faced with. I think I've even said the best scenario. I think in my very first video I did on YouTube, I said, the best scenario is to pay cash, right? I actually said that, but that's not what I did. And the reason why I chose not to do that is because I wanted to build business credit for my company for Load Up Transportation. I've got business credit in my other company, but not Load Up Transportation. So it was important to me in my business to start that process of building business credit. Now, paid cash for the truck, that helps on one end, don't have that expense, but it does two things. Number one, I got to spend my money, which, not all, but a lot of rich business people never use their own money, my opinion, what I've seen. So I don't want to use my own money, but I also wouldn't be building business credit. And so what I decided to do was let me go ahead and finance this, and maybe make 12 to 17 payment. Now I've got some business credit, then go ahead and pay the truck off. And that's probably what I'm going to do now. But anyway, once they saw that I had some capital, that whole scenario changed. Now they only wanted $2,000 down. Payment a little bit less now. So, but the terms were still long. So I'm not going to give you all my numbers. But what I did is I gave them a little bit more than that $2,000. So I can, number one, buy that interest rate down, and I can have shorter terms. Payments was a little bit higher, but still under that $1,000 mark, right? So that's the direction I end up taking. And you've got to figure out what's the best scenario for you. What I did, guys, it took me almost 2 years of research and stacking money. Now, the other company that I have, it's got some cash flow, but it's been around for 5 years. It's been established, business credit, cash flow, but I didn't want to take money from that company. Does that make sense? And move it over to Load Up Transportation. So I was saving money specifically for this transaction. So that's what I did. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I've always told you that you've got to do your research and that you've got to do what's best for your situation, what's best for your business. That's always the best way to go. But that was a decision I made, and I kind of told you why I made that decision. But yeah, when they knew I had the capital, it was no longer a risk in their mind, right? So that's how I got my first truck. Man, if you have any questions, send me an email and I'll respond to you. If you want to know the company that I ended up going through, I'll let you know. Toyota's a great company. But I went with another company because I knew if they could offer me that, somebody else could offer me something better. And they did. I didn't like the length of the terms, and I changed that, and I am where I am. And so, again, under $1,000 on the note. Short term, I'll get it paid off fairly quickly. I put a little bit more money down, not that $15K. I wasn't going to do that. Not because I couldn't, but I just didn't want to do that. But scenario works for me. Got to find what works best for you. So that's how I got my truck. Do you even need a factoring company? It's not required. You do not have to have one. This is going to be another one of those situations is what's worked best for you? What works best for you? I've got a couple of emails about saying this factoring company is good. This one is bad because they require, I think they said $10,000 invoice. And so Two things. Number one, guys, if you're going to say something is not good, that's fine, but give us a solution. What do you recommend? We're not going to pay you for it, but if you want to help the channel and give our viewers some information, by all means, give us solutions as well. That's what I'm going to do today. But let me just talk about $10,000 a month. If you're not grossing $10,000 a month, there's a bigger issue. That's a drop in the bucket, but that's true. Some companies require you to have that up front. You have to show them that you've already been invoicing. And that's obviously, in most cases, impossible for a new startup company. You haven't took your first load yet. There's no invoices. And so for some companies, that may or may not work. So we'll come back to that. But do you need a factoring company? If you're okay with not getting paid for 30 days, 60 days, some cases even longer, you can certainly bypass paying a factoring company that fee, and you could invoice your companies. I would still suggest you have a method of being able to see what their credit score is like, and I'm not talking about their consumer credit. Find out how they pay, because you don't want to be waiting for months or trying to take somebody to court to get your money. So you want to be able to check them out if you're going to invoice and wait to get paid. The good thing about that, after so long, you'll be having money coming into your account every day, but that takes a minute. That take a while. And for a lot of companies who starting out may or may not have that capital, or maybe like me and don't want to use my capital until I start getting money in for my invoices. So if factoring is for you, you say, no, Uncle Kenny, I still want to use a factoring company. Okay. So let's talk about a couple of factoring companies. I've got 6 of them for you today. One is called APEX. I think I pronounced it right. It's spelled APEX. You don't have to have active authority to get signed up with these guys. How do I know about them? They're in what I call the 817. They're in Fort Worth, Texas. That's where I'm from. I don't mind sharing that. So they're in my backyard. That's why I know about them. You don't have to have that $10,000 invoice to show you've been invoicing the minimum of $10,000 a month. Not required. That just gave you a solution, right? If the other factoring doesn't work for you. We come with solutions, right? Okay, so another one is ACS Factoring. I'm going to put a link in the description, guys, below for this one, as well as Core Fund Capital. I hope I'm saying that right. Core Fund Capital. I'm going to put the link below. Here's another one. Now, this one, you have actually heard other YouTubers talk about it, and we appreciate them for that. And if you didn't pay for it, perfect. And if you did pay for it, perfect. Whatever works best for you. But this one is called OTR Capital. OTR Capital. This is number 4. I'm also going to put a link in the description to their website. You can reach out, get their phone number as well. Porter Freight Funding, I believe is what they're called. I'm going to put the link for them as well. It's number 5. Universal Funding. Now, guys, I haven't talked to any of these people with the exception of APEC. But Universal Funding, I think their percentage is 0.55%. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 0.55%. So maybe worth checking out. So I just gave you 6. You got to reach out and see which one will work best for you, if any. But let me tell you guys how I got that. Come in a little bit closer. Did you hear me? Google. Yeah, I got all these from Google. I told you that last because, as I mentioned, there's one on this list that I know 3 other YouTubers have talked about on their channel. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to say I gave that to you for free. And some of the other channels did too, by the way. But I got it from Google, guys. I think I said a couple of weeks ago. I even think one of the subscribers to the channel even says, guys, you can get this information yourself. Just take time, patience, discipline, research. You can find it yourself. These companies are not hiding. They're in business to make money. So they want to factor your load so they can make money. They're not going to hide from you. Now, sure, if somebody want to say, use my guys or people that I use and they're able to make money from you all, then, and if you send them enough business, then they'll give you referral fee. But you can find this out on your own. I get a lot of kickback, guys, from other YouTubers because I'm not charging you for this. I'm not mad at them for charging. I'm not. But that's not what we do on my channel. So, guys, I am trying to motivate you to motivate yourself to go get this information. It's out there, you just got to go get it. Just got to go get it. So you have what you need to get set up. A couple of you emailed me last night. I was sending emails late last night for dispatchers. No charge. Dispatching. We got RTS. If that doesn't work, guys, I don't work for any of these companies. I work for Kenny. I've just given you 6 more. And if you Google, there was like 16 of them. I just stopped at 6. Factoring, dispatching. I've had insurance brokers on here about your trucking insurance. I've had health insurance people on. Man. Told you how to get your company started if you need help with that. Even gave you some suggestions on where you can look to buy your truck because there's back orders on a lot of these box trucks now. We talked about how to get your truck registered. If I didn't give you anything, if I missed something, all you got to do is 1 or 2 things. A, pick up the phone, my number's in the description, or email me, and we'll get you whatever information that you need. If I have it, if it's something I know about, I can get you taken care of. We've talked about how to build business credit. How to be successful. You got to start. You got to start. We talked about taking those first steps to starting the process. So I'm going to link all these factoring companies in the description. Guys, I don't know everything. We're learning together. But as me coming on here as opposed to me telling you this is not going to work, when my team come to me and said, got a problem, I always say there's no problems, there's just solutions. We're going to find a solution, right? And I gave you 6. They may or may not work for you. We may need to come up with 6 more. And if that's the case, we'll do that. I work for Uncle Kenny. If I hear something that sounds good to me and it could help you, I'm going to share it. You go fact check it. And you may find some things that don't work with you. And you may have to go to somewhere else. I'm here to help you. Not me. You. I'm good. Want to make sure you good. Tough times don't last forever. Tough people always do. Money doesn't come with instruction. You, my friends, got to be smart in your decision-making process. Got to have a plan. Got to be smart. Got to be disciplined, patient. It'll happen. I appreciate you watching Uncle Kenny's little old video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. Notification bell so you'll be notified when I have something for your eyes only. Make it a great day. We'll catch up here soon.